was on one of the movies, I believe.
Slow dance like a motherfucker. Grab the number ass.
Board out like this, so you can get there.
I'm just fitting. Yeah, I'm just fitting. I'm just fitting. This shit have been on my mind for quite some time. I gotta put the shit on the line. I'm just fitting. Yeah, I'm just fitting. I belong to you, baby.
Turn him off.
Niggas getting off to the wrong, baby. So again, we appreciate that request came through our Spotify comments.
Sure.
Didn't know we had those, but I appreciate you coming.
I'm glad we saw because that was definitely a throwback.
That was
Throwback.
Whatever song y'all want to hear us sing too.
Yeah. Throw it out there, man.
We gonna do
Your
it.
favorite rap song. Brandon know all the rap songs.
Not all of
Your
them.
favorite salmon song.
Wally don't know none of
Wally
them.
know
I know
all
all
the
of
salmon
them.
songs.
And your favorite
What else? Just in
Goddamn.
between.
90s to 2000 is your boy.
85.
God damn. See, I ain't even go there.
Yeah, it's alright. So
See, it's all right.
again,
What you born?
welcome
79?
back. Welcome back. Nah, 81.
Oh, my
Welcome
bad.
back. Welcome.
I ain't
all
know
the
it
way
was
to
80s,
hell
baby.
back.
Oh, it is right there, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Now I know.
So, as always, we appreciate you coming through, man. Giving us a
290.
little bit of your time,
Hey.
a little bit of your space,
Just a little bit.
just so we can sit here and do what we do, man. That's
Yeah.
talk, and hopefully you pick up
Talk a
some
little
of
crap.
whatever. Yeah, we talk a little crap, but
We talk a lot of
yeah,
good
if you,
shit too, man.
If you sift through the crap, there's some nuggets in there.
No, yeah.
Hey, man, you know, it's crap. But it's like,
Oh,
you know, they
shit.
say it's
We getting deep.
you gotta put the medicine in the candy. People like the crap. So we put the medicine in the crap.
What? It will be the candy in the crap.
But people view crap as candy, enjoyable. So we put the medicine in the enjoyable
please don't,
stuff.
no.
So yeah,
Fuck
so
that.
just pick
This
up
your
some of the
one.
stuff that we
Goddamn,
put
this your
down.
one. That's your
We
one.
So I got
appreciate
an hour
you.
to not do.
That's it. That's your one.
God damn.
God.
I know somebody. It made sense to somebody.
It did it.
I can't be the only one.
We
Please put in the
appreciate you.
comments.
We appreciate you. We always appreciate you.
Always in the comments.
Even sitting through moments like that, I know it was a smidget
I'm telling you,
cringy.
it's gonna hit one day.
But,
It's gonna hit one day.
We always appreciate it. As always, man. And in case you don't know, my name is Byron.
I'm Wallace, baby.
And I'm Brandon. I like that.
We like that one.
We try to die podcast.
Baby.
So, question of the week. We're gonna jump right into it.
Yeah.
Who got one?
Straight into it.
Jump into the question. Yeah.
Damn, bro. I thought we was gonna talk about what happened last week. Oh, we ain't got nothing last week yet.
Nah, we ain't got nothing.
Why we didn't discuss this before production? Or who had a question?
Pre-production.
Yeah.
I know you got some.
I don't.
No,
I got
my question, and I think it brings back great memories. But what is, like, if you had your greatest memory, the greatest moment of your life, what was it, and like what made it the greatest moment?
That's tough. I wish we would have discussed this before. God dang. The greatest moment where I
Greatest moment.
just felt.
You can link it to proudest. You can say that too.
So, damn, it's kind of hard to compete. So I'm gonna say,
Holding my child for the first time.
see that, and that's like
That's what you're supposed to say.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That was one. But I'm gonna say, shit, probably
All you did was fuck to make that happen. So
my first touchdown.
This
How
nigga
old
said,
were you?
all you did was fuck to
Yeah,
make that happen.
yeah.
Sheesh.
You fucked a lot and still ain't had one. So
not really.
that takes a little more.
Does it?
Yeah.
Or it takes a lot more for me to not have had one. My pull-out game was amazing.
This has been another episode. Oh, we're not there yet. Okay. Yeah, probably my first touchdown.
How old were you?
10.
10.
10. Feel like that was probably the most excited I probably was. But after that, you know. Yeah.
Just thought that like you had been there before.
Yeah.
Life is life.
Yeah.
Boy, if y'all would have seen me score my first one, you probably would have thought that was my greatest moment.
It was college, yeah.
College, second year of college, caught a 2-yard slant, God dang. They had to come to the sideline like, bro, why are you so excited? That's my first touchdown
In life.
At 19.
This the craziest shit about Wallace, bro. Like, you're the most fucking unique person ever, bro, on the planet.
I like that.
The nigga was sorry as fuck.
I don't know if that's the way to describe it, but I hear where you're going.
In other people's eyes.
There you go.
Okay. That's what matters. So,
Does it?
yeah.
Okay.
Because if nobody else thinks you're good, are you really good? Or does it matter that you think you're good?
They might be blind.
Everybody was blind. Okay. So, the people was blind and couldn't see his talent. We'll go there. But the fact that your second year in college, you scored your first touchdown in life, and you made it to the NFL. That shit is crazy to me.
I'm gonna tell you what else is crazy. Like, fast forward now to our flag football league. If he doesn't score, we probably didn't even have a flag football game.
Bro, that's crazy to me. That shit is crazy.
I think that's something, honestly, because here's a transparent moment. I went and spoke at McDonough High School this
We
week.
saw that. We saw everybody on their phone.
Look. So look.
That bullshit.
No.
Not everybody.
I'm about to say, but it was a few.
No, it was, yeah. But that's gonna always be.
I'm gonna be honest. It wasn't my best, I'll say, performance.
But bro, you could be up that bitch doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk and goddamn rapping NBA YoungBoy at the same time.
And they
It's still gonna be somebody.
'cause they kids.
Right,
Yeah.
but look, even without their reception, I know how I perform.
How you perform? Okay, that's fair.
So it's really like I don't realize what's going on for real because I just be in the midst of it. And then when I look back, I either determine I'm like, damn, that was great or it wasn't. But like football, that shit when I was doing bad, I was just doing it. I didn't realize it was bad. When I was up there talking, I didn't realize the shit was bad. But then I went back and watched the film. I went back and watched it. I'm like, you know what? It wasn't that great. I think that's something that.
I want to see some of those.
What?
Your speeches.
I got them for you.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that, like, when I was younger, it took me so long to actually look back and see the truth. But when now I can go through the process, even though in the moment I'm like, I'm doing my thing, I'm giving them what I got, and then you look back at the thing like, you know what? That wasn't your best shit. You wasn't on your best shit.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people kind of get caught up in. Is like what I feel now. But when I was younger, I ain't feel none of that shit. I just went through thinking I was as good as I was and gave everything that I could every day. I feel like the best place is when you're in the middle. Is when you can go through doing the best you can, no matter whether it's good or bad, but then being able to, in real time, be able to see where the faults or the successes were and grow from them.
Yeah.
I was on a spectrum, and it probably just helped me, though, back then. I was on the spectrum of, I feel I'm doing good. Even though if I look back at the film now, bro, my stem was bad, my hand placement was bad, my speed was awful. All these bad things.
But can't we do that, though, always? Like, even our best shit, we can still go back and find something.
But I feel like that's the thing that helps to improve you is when you're able to go back and find it and grow from that.
Yeah,
Because I was so blind, I only saw the good things that I did.
Yeah.
Like I had a
You
coach
didn't
tell
see
me
that.
he went down, he was like, you like 60% speed, you 30% catching, like all that kind of shit. And I'm getting mad because I'm like, I know how great I am.
Yeah.
But really, these are the things you really need to work on.
Yeah.
So when you can actually see them in real time, which is what I'm trying to do now, and then the next action is to go back and work on them. That's how I feel like you see the trajectory that you really want to see. Because like that shit didn't feel good watching it back, but I now know what I need to work on. And that's why I feel like people be honest. Like
No,
shit
for
wasn't
sure.
good. Shit was good. Be honest. Where we at now? Let's go from there. I don't know if that was where we were supposed to go, but
No, we won, but that was good.
Not at all, but good one, cool.
That nigga was waiting on you to finish. All right, motherfucker.
my bad.
Not at all. God damn, Brian, that was rude, man. That was.
I didn't take it that way.
Oh, okay. But he didn't take it like that. So,
But yeah, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
I was done.
5 minutes ago.
That's it. First touchdown. That was probably the most exciting thing for me. First.
Yeah.
But then other things happen in life. But yeah, that was my first probably
That's what's up.
most exciting.
First tud is that's always a
Nigga,
good feeling. That's a good feeling. What was your first? What was your?
For me, like that first touchdown was amazing. But honestly, the last one in college was the best because, like I told y'all, and then I always go back to the book. I told y'all it was a moment when I was in Baltimore with my dad, and we walking down the street. My damn namesake was killed in the streets of Baltimore. And I'm walking down the street, we walking to my grandmother's house, and I'm like, you know what, Dad? I'm going to get 70 catches, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. And I'm a sophomore. So this the year that I scored, this the year after I scored my first touchdown.
Yeah.
I'm like, this year, that's what I'm going to do. It took until my 5th year, senior year. And when at the end of the game, I ended up with my 72nd catch, went over 1,000 yards, but I only ended up with 6 touchdowns. But it was just like, I spoke this coming from what you just described as sorry.
Yeah.
To stepping into becoming who I decided and defined myself to be. And then the fact that when I scored, I came to the sideline, I looked up to the stands where my folks was, and I had 20 people up in the stands. I put my fist up, and I had 20 people throw their fist up. Yeah. And that shit just was everything.
That shit was it.
Yeah.
Everything came together. Like the struggles that people didn't see, the successes people did see, like everything came together in that one moment. And that was it for me. Yeah. Like that moment will always continue to bring me joy, especially for who those people were. Like my Aunt May was up there. My big cousin was up there.
And it's so crazy right now just listening because we both done had other amazing moments. Like I've had kids, I've gotten married, I've just other successful things. But dog, like that shit, y'all might not understand, but that shit is just like, nigga, huge. Like, cause it's something that you really, really love, dog. And
that was individualized to you. Yeah. It wasn't like, of course I love that my son was born, but like this was me putting myself into the world and it becoming something that I
did this. Yeah. But
that's what's up. What was the question?
What is your greatest moment?
No, I just wanted because I had said proudest. I had threw proudest in there when I was kicking it to you because you was like, damn, what's my, and I was like, well, think proud too. Yeah.
What was your greatest moment?
My greatest moment
in life.
Man, my greatest. I think one of my greatest. I don't know if this would be my greatest. Purchasing my home. Because I like, like you go through so much. Yeah. And you just like, bro, just to have something that's yours. Yeah. Like if I don't got nothing else in this world, I got somewhere I can come lay my head. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's mine. Like, and of course it ain't yours till you finish getting people all this money. About that at the end of it. But like to know that like you put in the work that it took to get yourself to a place where you could even purchase a home, where somebody would look at you and say, I think they're a good candidate to own something in this world. Right. So we're okay with giving them. Their resume shows that. Yeah, we're okay with giving them this. So like going forward, like, and I came up here and like when I first got here, bro, I lived with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like that was why like
that's about half Atlanta right now. Huh? About half Atlanta got that story. They moved here, lived with somebody.
Yeah. So like for me to be in a position where if somebody in my family or somebody like a friend or somebody just needed to get to a better space in life and they was like, I think I can get to a better space in Atlanta, I was just trying to see if it would be cool if I stayed with you. Bro, I wouldn't, like if I really rocks with you, you can come stay here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to give somebody else that same opportunity. And I feel like the way I was taught was the way that you know that you're really blessed is when you can start blessing other people.
For sure.
So like I feel like even when I had apartments though, like if you needed somewhere to stay if I had a couch, bro, or if I had a 2-bedroom, you could stay.
That was
you know
me,
what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
That's always been me.
Yeah, like I would never deny anybody. Like my mom was always like, I'm gonna give you a roof over your head and I'll feed you. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever needed somewhere to go, like, and if you hit me up like, B-Roll, man, I can come like just lay on the couch a couple nights, bro. Like, even like when I hear stories, and especially be people I be knowing, they be like, man, I had to sleep in my car.
Why?
Why you ain't call? You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't taking everybody in. You know what I'm saying? But you know if you rock with me or not. You know what I'm saying? So like so to have something of my own and then be in a position where I could say, come in. You know what I'm saying? Like that was proud for me. That was a great moment for me. Yeah. Like sports moments come and go. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember my first touchdown when I was a kid. Like that shit was amazing. You know what I'm saying? But my father came to me. He was like, "Act like you've been here before." So that was cut short, quick. I was ready to dance and all. But
shit, if you never have, hell, I haven't.
Boy, if you would have, I'm telling you, you would have seen me on the sideline.
It was just like it wasn't like this one. Now, shit, this what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying,
bro? I remember my first point playing basketball.
Yeah,
and it was a reverse.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't even like just a regular layup.
Yeah.
Huh?
You was 6?
Nah, I was 7. I was 7, but I always played up.
Yeah.
Right? So the other, I never forget this. Little boy could touch the backboard. He jumped.
What?
He put his hand on the backboard to block my shot. Yeah, I'm playing with 9-year-old, but Buddy, it was.
Nigga, that's still
he probably
great.
was too old, but Buddy was long. He jumped, he put his hand on the backboard to block my shot. I said,
came around.
Got my first 2 points. And everybody like, ooh.
That's so funny.
My first bucket of ooh moment, you know what I'm saying? Now I just want to ooh everybody.
Now I'm addicted.
We played in school my freshman year in basketball. Nigga, I did up and under with the left. Mm-hmm. Oh, nigga, I thought I was Michael Jordan. Yeah. That shit.
I remember
that shit felt so good.
I remember the first time I dunked in high school. I remember the first time I dunked in front of my folks. Bruh, I went baseline. Bro, I went baseline at Carver, and I dunked one time so hard that the lights went out in the gym.
You didn't do that. It just it was a coincidence.
Hey, that's a great story. But
I can get somebody on the line.
Hey, look,
you didn't cause the outage.
The timing was perfect,
bro. That's all.
But keep telling that story like that. That's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
If y'all, first of all, I don't dunk the ball like this.
I know. I can imagine. You almost broke the backboard, but
it's not possible. I'm saying it's not possible
unless the lights was attached to the backboard and then you shook the lights.
It's a good.
The way I snatched on it,
it's a good story, and it happened. I'm not saying it didn't happen.
I'm not saying it didn't happen.
But what I am saying is it didn't happen because you don't.
Hey,
all right,
that's a great story.
Okay,
it is.
So
we can't let people.
I dunked that bitch so hard, the lights went out. When I had dunked that bit hard, the lights went out, so it made it look good. I feel that.
No. So when I dunked the ball so hard that the lights went out in the gym.
Exactly. So what's wrong with that?
So I had like the feel good moments in sports.
He told me hit the lights when I dunked.
Nigga, I want to say I was
the custodian.
I want to say I was in 10th grade, so niggas didn't even care like that.
Hey, he pointed. Hey, you know when they was pointing down the play, that man was pointing to the custodian in the corner.
Hey, this my play.
Yeah. So so that man, I just had them. I remember my first home run when I was a kid, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like,
I still can't hit one.
But as we got,
I hit a bunch of inside the parkers.
I'm known for that.
But as we got,
I can run out fast.
In softball.
But then as we got older, you know what I'm saying? Like I think for me, as I went into my adult years, my feel good moments started to come like from helping people and making sure other people was good. Like I remember like when we was at nationals, my mom had COVID pneumonia, right? And I was calling her like every night, and I'd be like, "Hey, get up and walk to the bathroom for me." And like that, it wasn't me, but it felt like one of them moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm literally like doing for my mom what she did for me for years, like coaching me into feeling better. You know what I'm saying? Like whether I'm right there with her or I was living in another city, country, whatever. She was like, "Hey, you need to get up and do this and take care of yourself." And for her to be down, and for me to be like, hey, get up and just walk for me, because that's what seemed like was killing people, because they were just laying there. Yeah, they were just laying there, and she already had pneumonia going in, so we can't let this drip in your lungs get worse. So let's get up and move around. So it was a feel good moment to know that I was helping somebody that I care for more than I care about myself. You know what I'm saying? So I had moments along the way, but one of my greatest was the purchase of my home, man, so that I could help. Like, of course, to have something for myself, but just being able to still offer help to other people in the time. So
I think I'm anxious to see what people say in the comments, but I think what we probably will see is not like one-off moments. It's things that were built up to a moment. Because the build-up, look, even if we talk about sex, the build-up to the moment is great, but everything it took to get there,
that's the best part.
That's the best part. So
it is freaky Ziki.
That's all. I had to go there. On some freaky shit lately. Last 4 episodes, damn.
But I feel like we will see like people buying a house. It's steps to that. It's not just I woke up. You know what? I mean, some people might have it, but they had to create steps to be able to wake up and say, you know what, I want to buy a house.
Yeah.
Like first touchdown, you had to go through every practice. You had to show up and learn the plays. You had to make somebody miss and get into the end zone. Like even I think about like when JJ just scored on somebody last week and gave him the little man sign. Like it's just the joy of everything it took to get here. Now there's a line where disrespect comes in, but I understand the excitement of getting to a goal after all the work it took to get there. Like I said, seen and unseen. I'd like to see what people put in the comments, because you get to see what path they had to work through.
My second was finding out I was having a son. I was so fucking excited.
Damn, Madison.
Yeah, I mean, no. When I found out I was having a daughter, I was mad.
I probably would have been too.
Yeah, but that was the best thing ever, because it turned me to like, that's my dog. But that's a whole nother story. They know that by now. But that, you know, what you said, that holding my child for the first time, hell no, I ain't even know how to hold a motherfucker. Like, nigga, shit is mine. All right, yeah.
I can't give it to nobody.
Damn, look, holding my child for the first time was my proudest fuck. No, that wasn't mine.
You have some scary shit.
Yeah, what's this on? God damn.
Y'all want to clean up?
Hold your neck up, bro. What's wrong with you?
Wobbly nigga.
Hey,
why your head built like that? So why your head built like that?
It was her facial smashed in. She came out fucked up. So yeah, she was.
So that's your homework.
Yeah.
Question of the week.
Oh, that's funny.
What's your greatest?
What's your greatest moment?
What's your greatest moment of your own life?
From your own perspective.
Yeah.
From your own life, your own story.
Hey.
What's your greatest moment? What was that peak? What's your peak in your story? We want to hear.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have that on social media for y'all. Y'all will see.
That'll be interesting.
I like it. But what we really here to talk about today?
Brian, what are we really here to talk about today?
Hold on, let me see what y'all put in there.
No, man. It's expectation.
Oh, okay.
Setting the proper expectation.
Listen to each one of those words.
Setting the proper expectation.
You might not have to listen to the.
And when I say
the
proper,
other words,
I mean realistic.
Proper.
but see,
Setting
that's
it proper.
I think that's where the conversation starts. Is when you say proper and realistic. Like what's realistic to me may not be realistic to my spouse, or might not be realistic to the guys that are working under me. Like, how do you define what's...
But also, we don't even know what's realistic for us sometimes. And that's it.
But no, it might be realistic in your mind.
No, yeah,
but then put it into the world
and find out like,
nah, that shit
wasn't realistic.
Like I put some weight on the bar last week. And I was like, this seems realistic.
Yeah, you knew it going in.
No, like, I've done this before.
I feel you.
I can do this. Help me. And look, that might be a thing.
No, I feel
that might be part of the conversation. Is like in different times in your life, because what's realistic to me now might not have been realistic to me 5 years ago.
So realistically, the expectation can be different in different seasons.
Yeah. I think we got to make sure that's part of the conversation.
Absolutely.
I think because you brought this to us, I think a little while ago, and then you just brought it up recently. I feel like you got the core that we need to dive into, and then let me and Brandon branch off of it. So when you thought about,
Nah.
you see how
Nah. He put his foot on my back.
You got the most wisdom.
He put his foot on my back.
You see how
He put his foot on my
that was
butt
beautiful.
and
I ain't
pushed
gonna
me in
lie.
front of a bus.
That was beautiful.
Right?
It was
it
beautiful.
was your bus.
Nah, it wasn't my bus. It was your bus just then, brother. But I think this applies to a lot of facets of our life, right?
Yeah.
At work.
Yeah.
I think setting a proper and realistic expectation. I think we've talked about something similar at your job. We've talked about
Y'all expectations.
You literally,
Man, that big thing really- shout out to the people
You're
that work
part
there.
of the team that sets an expectation for your team, right?
Yeah.
So I think we see it so many different places, and I think sometimes, especially as it relates to our personal lives, we don't necessarily do it properly, and that's why I said proper and realistic, because I think sometimes when we go into romantic relationships, I think sometimes we don't necessarily set expectations up front properly, and then it turns into something on the back, a shit show on the back end.
What's the point of setting expectations? Because a lot of people say just live life, live in the moment, just enjoy what's going on. Like, what's the point of setting expectations, and why is that valuable?
I think, just my thoughts, I think once we set what we're doing, then I think you should have an expectation. I honestly go into, like, if I go into getting to know somebody, I go into it with no expectations. Only because you could be setting yourself up and really doing it unfairly to the other person, right?
But do you not have none? Because if we go on a date, I'm not expecting you to fuck, but I might be expecting you to have some manners, to be respectful. Like, to me, and what level?
As deep as that goes, that's just expecting somebody to be a decent human being. But I'm talking about, like, as far as the expectation of, like what you just said, like, if I'm paying for dinner, should I be expecting you to have sex because I paid for dinner? Should I be expecting you to pay for the next dinner? Should I be you know what I'm saying? So now I can honestly say I don't go into it with an expectation, because, like, I've seen setting these expectations go severely wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people go into it like, well, shit, I paid for the first date. By the third date, man, listen, I spent $100-something every time. Somebody owe me something, a hand job, some head, or something.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. We go on 3 dates, and I didn't pay for all of them. I'm not expecting sex, but I'm expecting you to do something for the next date, whether it's set it up, whether it's pay for it. Because other than that, to me, it means like you're draining me. And we're in this together right now.
Damn, after 3 dates,
and that's
you just met her.
Yes.
And for some people, that's a fair expectation. For others, who feel like because you're the man, you should be doing that anyways. That's an unrealistic expectation. Yeah, that's an unrealistic
She's trying to court
expectation
me
for her.
too.
Not so much.
Okay, well,
And that's what I'm saying.
Look, and I would state that. Well, I think I would, because it's been a long time. But if we've gone on 3 dates, and I'm not in a place where every dollar don't mean something, I'm gonna say, hey.
Well, we'll switch the dates up. Like, a date don't have to be $100 date. Like, if you're trying to pursue a woman, and you feel like, damn, you ain't really trying to ask her for nothing, because you want her. Like, you're trying to put your best shit out there. So the next day would be, hey, what do you think about, something cheaper that you could do?
The park.
Yeah, because that's dope. You see what I'm saying? And maybe, if y'all get around to it, she'll, say, hey, I got the ice cream or some shit. You know what I mean? Because if she like you enough, and like I said, quote, if she like you enough, she'll be willing to do that also. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to get the next one. I'm really fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you just got somebody that's looking to that ain't really fucking with you, you're going to probably notice that after the second date. You see what I'm saying? So you ain't even going to be interested anyway.
That third one, we know something.
Well, yeah, after the third one for sure. And then you're going to know, like, this ain't really, the person for me.
Y'all heard
but I wouldn't say, you expecting something after the third date. That's because you're trying to get her.
Yeah, but honestly. Hey, you heard about the dude? Hey, you heard about the dude that he
That's
took
for his money back.
$7 and like 36 cents back.
Why?
They went on a
Bro,
date.
they went on a date.
He bought her apple cider.
Like a cider, like a hard apple cider type deal, right?
He bought both of them one. So
Yeah.
They both drank it. He goes home and like tries to set up another date. She tells him, "I'm not really feeling you like that, so I don't really want to." He sends her a Cash App request for his $7
for
and
his money
change.
back.
So is it his ego that hurt? So you
Obviously.
go on dates
So
to
here-
see if
to
you
see
even
if-
like a motherfucker.
So here's what they saying. They're like it's a trendy thing that dudes are doing now. It's not just isolated to this particular guy. They was like, this is what guys are doing now because of how the economy is, and they like, I can't just be spending money on people who I'm not dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So they asking for their money back. It's a different generation.
We might as well just start off the date before we go out there. I had a partner, and bruh, I thought this shit, the logic was crazy, but he was so upfront with me. He was like, every date is Dutch. We're here for each other's time and to enjoy each other, but we're both giving the value to be here. And women would do it, but he just was upfront and was like,
Yeah.
look,
So
I'm not paying $100 for both of us. You pay your 50, I pay my 50, and we enjoy our time together.
and there's nothing lost. I watched this woman on Instagram. She was talking about this recently, and she was like, she said, it's too like women are looking for someone who can make them feel secure financially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men are looking for sex.
I feel like secure all around.
Yeah, I mean all around, but we're talking about
Definitely.
the exchange. Yeah. So she was like, she said, unless you're willing to just pay for sex from this, and she's willing to trade sex for money, that's one thing. But if not, if we're not going that route, and you don't plan on having sex with him, why not pay for your own stuff? If they go on this first date, and we're in the getting to know you process, why don't you pay for your own stuff? Like you were saying that Buddy said, why don't you pay for your own stuff? Because you're getting to know him too. And he pay for his own stuff, and then y'all go y'all separate ways. If you enjoyed each other's company that much, go on a second date, because now you know what I'm saying? Now you're working towards
And once you
courtship.
start busting wide open, he can pay for everything.
Well,
That's what I was hearing.
that's not what I was saying.
I'm not with that.
I mean, listen, it's a different way of thinking.
It is.
It's definitely a different way of thinking.
But it sets the expectations.
For me, I just don't roll like that.
Yeah,
Only because
that's tough.
like I always say this, because people be like, well, you paying for it one way or another. Not really. I'm paying for an enjoyable time with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
First of
it's
all,
not like
first let's just say this, right?
Brand is down.
They
literally.
ain't for sex. Dates are for somebody you like trying to like. Now eventually, yeah, you want to fuck, of course, but that's eventually, because you I don't wanna say
Can
what I say.
dates be for sex? Can
If
you
you-
take
we-
a person?
if
But
you-
look, can you take a person out with the intent of getting to know them, to know that hey, I still want to have sex past the physical that I saw.
Okay, so when you see a woman, we're men.
For sure.
Yes, you want to have sex with her. Hell yes. But also, this is a beautiful woman. I want to I want to get to know her. A date is what that does, right? Like, it ain't just about sex. Of course you want to fuck. And if you don't, I wouldn't be mad. I was cool. Like, hey, I enjoyed myself tonight. Would you like to do this again? Yeah, that's cool. Bet. I set it up. Right? And I'm saying that to say because you can fuck without dates. Like it's plenty of women.
Some people don't know how to do that.
It's plenty of people that you could just go out a night by yourself. You can meet a woman and have sex with them. So if dating, if you trying to take a girl,
it's that easy.
for some people, I've heard. We said earlier, women. You seen the trashy nigga fuck girls just, because. But bro, I feel if you're taking a woman out on a date or trying to spend time with her, it should be more than just to fuck.
I agree.
Because you might as well just offer her whatever the money is. Like, because now, of course, like, don't get me wrong, we want to fuck. We do, of course. But that's not the reason I'm taking you on a date.
So
the
are you
date
saying
is
that
because I'm trying to get to know you better and possibly see if this could be something that we could do.
what if that's not what you want?
I'm not taking you on a date.
So how do I get you to the point where we can have sex? I don't fucking
You
know.
might not even, don't get her.
But what if you want her?
Try to see if she want to fuck just first, and then if not, go to the next person. Because, bro,
You can't take her on a date.
to fuck, that's crazy to me. No, you can, but you just, like you just said, you paying for it one way or another. So, like, nah.
When he said you don't do that.
No,
That-
I said that's
that is-
not me.
that just ain't.
Let's clarify.
That just ain't something. I'm just not doing that.
It's
like I'm not taking you out to spend money just to try to fuck you this night.
In
Right.
hopes of, yeah.
Yeah, and meaning take now. If we meet, if you out with your guys and she out with a girl, and y'all at the place, and you trying to buy some drink to fuck that night, do your thing. That's what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying is, you meet a girl at the grocery store.
Right.
She looks good to you.
Yep.
You bump into a fucking bugger, however this shit go on movies.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, think you're attractive. Da 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 da.
Watching the
Whatever niggas
Hallmark
may say
channel.
these days. I would like to take you out.
That's whatever they say these days.
Cool. Take my number. Bet.
And your intent is to see how far this relationship can go.
Yeah, just because I'm interested in her.
How long I would want it to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested. Now, if I meet this same girl at the grocery store and I just want to fuck, hey, where do you hang out? Oh, me and my girls, we da 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 da. Bet I go there too. Let me know when you in there. I'm gonna come in there. That's not a date. You're out and she's out. We ran into each other. I got her some drinks that night. We fucked. That's a whole different thing than, hey, let me take you out. To me,
You so wise.
Brandon's dying.
man, get the fuck
You
out
so
of here.
wise.
We just trying to pull it out you, bro.
If you take women out on dates just to fuck them, man, you're a loser.
Man, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I literally just said this the other day, man. I think if I want to get to know you, I can get to know you. And I always say this too. Like, if I'm leading with money, that's one thing. But if I'm leading with I'm trying to know you, like, I'll actually talk to you to get to know you.
Yeah.
So like, if I get your phone number and my call is like, man, let's get together so we can have some drinks or blah blah blah. Like, I'm in my mind, like, I'm really, that ain't me getting to know you.
Yeah.
Like, that's eventually I'll know
Yeah.
you, right? But me getting to know you is I'll call and talk to you on the phone. I'll have some form of communicate. We'll text, whatever, right?
And that's also letting her know that you're interested. But like
But
I said,
what if her?
we know women like dates,
I
right?
was about to say, what is her language? Is quality time?
But
And like we need to
that's
be
what I'm
together.
saying. We know women like
you know how you communicate, but how does she?
we know
receive
women
it?
like
Yeah.
dates. So go to a setting to somewhere where y'all can text throughout the week, whatever. But you go to a setting to where you can actually talk and communicate, right? And then you actually see, cool. But I'm doing that knowing that I'm gonna go somewhere that I can fucking afford. You see what I'm saying? And if it the bitch might be Freddy Krueger. Cool. Now I know
Watch yourself.
you got dead people in the freezer. It was a nice night. Da 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 da. You know,
I don't. That
it's
ain't
cool. With,
like on
you know.
Jeffrey Dahmer, bro.
But that's what I'm
I
saying.
went back and watched that this week.
Man.
With Buddy, when he was like, dance. Bro, he had a machete.
Man.
Yeah, but
That man said-
but that's what I'm saying. But right there, I knew what I was going into. I'm taking her out to somewhere I can afford. It's still gonna be a nice date, but it ain't got to be a $300 date. You see what I'm saying?
sure.
So I'm expecting to pay. Bet, hey, I like her, right? You want to go out again? I enjoyed tonight. Are you cool with that? Yeah, I'm cool with that. Bet we're gonna go here next. Set somewhere else up. I'm expecting to pay again because this is what I want to do.
So are you setting the proper expectation with that?
Yes.
That you will pay every time?
So
Yes,
that's why
I want to take her out. Yes, but I know
But do
eventually.
you all want to spend time together is a thing.
So yes, so eventually it's gonna get to I like spending time with this dude. So and we know how that goes. Like when she start to like you too, you see other shit in her that you gonna like. Like oh, hey, I got the next one, or shit, just come to the house. I want to cook for you.
How long you
Or
willing to wait?
Da, 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 da. I think that's up to you.
And that's what I said.
Yeah.
3 days.
And if it's 3 dates and you feel like y'all she ain't offered or whatever, and sometimes it takes longer. Like if I'm interested in you, I don't mind doing this because even if you like,
Look, I'm also
the shit is gonna fall into place how it's supposed to.
I'm speaking from because like I ain't been in the dating world since I was in my early 20s. I'm speaking from that mindset. So
Yeah.
I'm honestly like looking to hear, I guess more. You probably don't have the in time information, but like, what does that look like today?
I think
I don't know, but
I think right. I think
it's the
today.
same.
I think today, right now, bro. So many rules have been put on dating that it's made it so convoluted. Like, and you like I hear the deep sigh. Like, nigga, that's how I feel every day. But it's literally like it's like, bro, it's like I hear some of the wildest shit, and I be like, maybe I'm 42 years old, and I still may not be ready for this. But like,
Ready for what?
like actual dating, right? It's women that's like, well, I got kids. You ask me to go on a date, are you gonna pay for the babysitter? I'm not. I won't.
At all.
Ever.
so look right
That shit-
there.
that should
right,
not be an expectation.
Right there is when you know that's okay. Cool. This ain't somebody I want to go with.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
That's it.
The
So-
fact that you thought to ask me that.
But that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
cool
Like,
on that. Yeah.
but also we all on social media. We see some of these expectations being thrown out there, and we can say what we want to say because we laugh at it because it's like, oh, that's mean word that we can laugh at it, but it's somebody's living this way, bro.
or somebody's watching and believing that.
Man,
way.
they had a fucking like a list on if you want to send a girl money for lunch, it should be $50.
I was laughing at
But
that.
the funniest shit though, it was more women in the comment was like, "Who the fuck are you? I know you single." Like it was so many.
Yeah,
I was
like, it
so
was
happy
like-
to see so many
like,
women
for
in the comments.
food, for gas, for
Nigga,
groceries, for
$200.
hair.
They was like, "What you feeling
I was
up?
like,
18 wheeler,
look,
bro."
look, I put it. I was like, did she become his child?
Bro, listen.
I am so happy I'm not in that.
And then the
that's-
last one was like
That is
a sew-in install, whatever the fuck the shit was.
Yeah, like a wig install.
$300. I was like, what the
Stop.
fuck?
Like,
are we,
I
what
don't
are we
even like
doing?
wigs.
Like,
I don't even like wigs.
I don't need one.
I was glad to see that it was so many women in the comments like,
But-
nah,
but-
that's bullshit. We don't know
because-
what she talking about.
But it's somebody that's
No,
their
no, it's
real.
def-
That's
it's
their
definitely-
real. You know what I'm saying?
So here's a question: where do expectations come from?
I think
in the dating- in the
I think a
dating
number of things. I think social media right now has such an influence on the way that people approach so many things, including dating and including their expectations of what dating should and shouldn't look like. I think sometimes we're listening to the expectations of people who make a whole lot of money, and they're expecting a whole lot of money, like
Or people
their
who are
partner.
looking for a whole lot of attention.
or people who don't make a whole lot of money and expecting someone who has a whole lot of money. Like, I also think sometimes it's people expecting to date someone who has a whole lot of time
Yes.
to pour into them, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you can find that,
That's your expectation.
that's your
You
expectation,
find a
and that's
motherfucker
amazing.
with a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money, I guarantee you he ain't got no girl. That nigga got some hoes.
Okay.
Because why not?
Man, if you got a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money,
You ain't
boy,
in no relationship.
first of all, send me an application for wherever it is.
You're not in no relationship.
Because chances are you like both. They usually don't run
Come on,
together.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
But if they do, it's probably
Illegal.
nah. It could be.
But
It
I'm
could
saying,
be.
or they could own
Or
four
you could have
businesses.
started a business and
Yeah,
then sold
and
it at a
it-
certain
and it-
age,
and it- and it's
I ain't
doing
got
well.
I ain't got shit to do.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you ain't got no. You ain't in no relationship.
Them people usually go and figure out ways to make more money.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it
but-
also they got time to do what they
They
want
got
to
time. But it's
do
what
whenever they want to do it.
Okay.
I'm just saying if you do find somebody like that, it's probably not your guy. He has everything.
Like what?
He has everything
Like
he wants. He can get any girl he wants. Like it's.
I think it depends on the time of life he's in. I think it depends on the time of life because at some point, most men, a lot of men, find that they want to start building their legacy of the people they leave behind, and it's not necessarily productive or efficient to spread it out. So they might try to find one person, but it depends on where they are in their life and how they feel. Most men during their life, if I got that situation, I'm gonna have women. And then you get to a point, possibly, that you want to have a family. Possibly.
Do you think it's fair to have these expectations without sharing them with somebody as you go into something? Or do you think it should be something that you talk about early and up front?
So what are you talking about on dates? Because I feel like the date should like have that come out. Okay, what are you looking for in a man? What are you looking
Not
for
the
in a
first
woman?
3.
What the fuck are you talking about on the first 3 dates?
To me, I would think that you're talking about each other. You're talking to a whole person with a whole life.
So that's what I'm saying. The first date, you're talking about each other, getting to know them, Bro, it don't take long to get into a conversation to know, like, okay,
about
like if you guys are interested in the same things or looking for the same things. I wouldn't think that takes long.
You know what? I think that's a good idea because what you wouldn't want to happen is you to really start falling for the person when the expectations don't align with 30 long term.
plus. Like we don't. I need to know. God damn it! If I was single, I'm gonna need to know. Like, so what are you looking for? What what do you do?
Do you want kids?
Do you want kids?
Travel a lot?
Nigga, all that. Like, I can't cook.
I feel you.
Can you cook? How do you feel about that? Well, I can't cook either. How do you feel about that? Like, this shit needs to be
accelerated.
Said, you know what I mean? Like, especially by a 3rd, 4th date.
But sometimes that's surface shit. That's surface shit. So I'm talking like when we start talking about real expectations, like I expect a person who's gonna be in my life to be able to financially take care of me. Like it could be like she could be like I'm want to come out of if I'm gonna be in a relationship with you, I want to come out of the workforce in 5 years. Do you think you're ready for that? You think you're ready to take care of me in 5 years?
That's a good question.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think those types of questions, like, do you think that level of expectational questioning should be happening in the dating phase or like as you start to work into your relationship? Not like so what's your favorite color
in the dating phase, but like
phase. The whole I'm talking about like now we in this.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
In the dating phase.
Yeah, I think it happened before you commit to weird
I like
monogamous.
you like me. We got that right.
Cool.
We both like football. We both like goddamn cartoons. We both like whatever the fuck we may like. We drink the same tequila.
Like to stay in on Saturday morning.
Nigga, we like, oh no, she's great, right? This friend.
Yeah.
Sex good probably at this point. Nigga, we a month in, we done fucked. Nigga, it's good.
But it's not still pay for the dates.
What? Even if you have fucked, still pay for the dates or not still pay for the dates. Until she say, nah, I got this one. Or you guys get comfortable enough.
I'm gonna tell you,
babe, you got the next one, goddamn.
I'ma tell you,
you could joke about
when
shit like
when
that.
I was a college student and I would pay for dates, you're like, bro, this is like the dollars I don't have. And then she would pay for the dessert or pay for the movies. That shit would make me fall in fucking love.
You're like, I'm putting out tonight.
God, whatever you want me to do.
You getting it tonight, little baby.
Putting out, I'm putting out.
Yeah. Like you don't even know you get the time of your life
that shit would
tonight.
mean so much, bro, because it would be like, bro, I can't even drive around fucking campus. I'm gonna have to walk this week because it's $20 going to what we eat tonight.
But don't see, and that's a good lesson. Fellas, don't put yourself in a situation that is gonna hurt you in the end. It's
Yo, I saw a clip
it's
this
more
week.
shit that you could do, bro. You just be honest.
That's a great dime.
I saw a clip this
Especially
week.
for our young fellas.
I saw a clip
But all
this week.
fellas.
This dude was like, he went out with this chick, and they went to like a bar. They were like in England, like in the UK. And he was like, we went out to this bar, and it was like one of them little swanky little, you know what I'm saying, like let's say Buckhead for us, right? So it was like,
I don't know what swanky mean.
man, pull that computer out. Yeah, not that one. You can use the handheld computer.
You said
got.
Swanky. I thought it was like down bottom.
Nah.
All right, cool.
But he was like,
he
pull
been,
up.
he been watching shits and giggles.
nah, Swanky ain't. Come on, bro, don't do that.
What Swanky meant?
What he said it'll be our spot for Buckhead.
I'm saying before he said Buckhead.
Yeah, no, I already knew what he
Yeah,
meant.
like,
shit.
like almost like
getting
like these little
And
boutique.
based off the conversation,
yeah,
too.
these
Use
little
the
pop-up
context
spots,
clues,
yeah.
man.
Lost.
All right, it's cool.
But anyway, so he
I
was
had
like,
too
so we
high
go to these.
expectations,
He was like, we go to these little bars, this little spot, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Everything be expensive type shits, right? So he was like, she's at drink 3.
That's why I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he was like, she at drink 3, and he already realized like, I might not have enough money to do
That
this.
nigga,
You know what I'm
hey,
saying?
real quick, $15 a piece.
Swanky. Stylishly, luxurious, and expensive.
Yeah. You hear that last word?
Shit, all three of them words.
I got it now.
So he was like, no, he can't even see.
Oh, he's good.
So
All
he was like, so now she had drink 3, I'm on 2, and I'm looking at these nuts, like the stuff that she was ordering. It wasn't like, yeah, let me get a vodka tonic. It was like, let me get the butterfly mojito type shit.
My
You know what I'm saying?
my map got good dating.
Yeah. So he was like, he said, with $150, we ain't order no food yet. No, he was like, we're headed toward the book. He was like, I got $150 in my account.
Yeah.
He was like, then when she ordered what she was gonna order, he was like, hey, you know what? I'm not even hungry.
Exactly.
I'm
I
cool.
ate a little earlier.
He was like, so she was like, you good? He was like, yeah. He was like, all right, well, let me get, and she added to hers. That nigga was like, I'm sweating. And she said, you need another drink?
No.
She looking at the sweat coming
No,
off this
I need to give the drink back that I had.
And was like, do you need another drink? He was like, nah, I'm good. Just bring me some water. He was like, so he texting this boy. He was like, bro, just put $150 in my account.
Yeah.
Like, I'll pay you back. He was like, I kept refreshing. Nothing.
No response.
He was like, bro, I'm about to ask her to let me borrow some money to pay for this shit. He was like, finally, his boy got the message, put the money in his account. He was like, whew. He was like, bro, I cannot do this. I gotta let her know, like, I can't even afford you.
Yeah.
And like, I think, like you were saying, sometimes men, to impress women, start living above their means.
I'm about to tell you this, right?
Brandon Dymes.
More brain.
Nah, it's just talking. Say what the fuck you gotta say. Listen, baby. I'm kind of fucked up right now. I feel you. I got me, but I'm so interested in you. Like, I would love to take you out. But this is where I'm at with it. What do you like to do, right? She likes some events, putt, nigga, you can do that. They got beer there. Like, nigga, you can afford beer, you can afford, like, try to bring her into your world and just be upfront. Like, bro, and if she don't go for it,
so I got a question about that.
Damn, cool.
Because we see this, I see it on social media a lot. If you can't afford to, should you even be dating?
Yes.
Why?
Because you can afford a date, right?
How do you know what somebody can afford?
No. So he said, if you can't, what'd you say?
If you really, like, if you couldn't afford certain things, like, why are you dating?
Why are you dating? Because, right, I'm interested in her. So I probably can't afford the fucking $100 steak, but I can afford these tacos over here.
How do you know that?
No, I'm talking about me.
You making an assumption though.
That's what it is. What do you
If I got enough money to make it through the day, the month, and the life that I live, and what you're doing is adding another expense, whether it's $20 or $150.
So you saying if you can't afford,
if I can't afford to date, should I put myself? Well, that's what he's asking.
No, hell no, because you can't. Like, no.
Yeah, people can. They
You
just
can't.
They just end up in debt, or they're
It's kind of like
put out their house at some point.
It's like buying the BMW, but you can't afford the maintenance.
Yeah, I would
that's
feel
what
like that's
they don't realize that shit.
because if you
It's
can't,
a different level of maintenance.
If you can't, you can't. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking he said, because when I see that shit, I think it would be common sense. If you can't afford anything extra, no, you shouldn't date. Like, because you just can't date. But when I see that shit, I be thinking like, if you can't afford to take her where she wants to go, should you be dating? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't be dating her. I should be dating somebody who gonna appreciate what I can offer. Cause at the end of the day, that shit just gonna go downhill anyway.
I think
Cause all that money, that shit gonna run out and it's gonna catch up to you. Now she gonna see, well, damn, nigga, you know what I mean? You ain't who you said you was. So meet somebody on your level.
At the core of the expectations conversation, as well as the dating conversation, is to, like we said before in other spaces, know who you are, know where you are.
And be comfortable with the fuck who you are.
When
bro.
you know who that person is, then you know you know your expectations and you can set them. You know your finances and you can budget or maneuver with them. Know yourself and take time. Like that time you told me, Byron, that you spent, you said it was months, maybe over a year, of just like breaking yourself down to know who you were and who you wanted to be moving forward. I think people really don't realize how valuable that's going to be for every space of their life. If you could break down who you are and understand what's important to you, to then set your expectations, to then set your boundaries, to then decide whether I need to do this in this time in my life. Because if it's 6 months I'm fucked up, let me figure out this 6 months and then I can step back in the day. If it's a year I'm fucked up, let me figure this out, get my foundation back right, and then let me move forward. I think us knowing where we are and who we are in this moment is the baseline of all expectations, boundaries, and everything moving forward.
I think men do a terrible job with that.
Fucking right.
Being able to step away, just like, hey, I'm gonna take some time away from all of that to just get myself right. And I think the men who do, I think, like amongst other men, like that shit is applauded, because that means you was able to step away from women, the whole dating scene, and
you step away from your ego
to get yourself together
to get
and
yourself
then come
together.
back a whole better motherfucker.
Be honest with yourself.
But I think it's not as applauded outside
Socially.
of your outside of your little circle. You know what I'm saying? Because like people will be like, so why you ain't been dating? You like, oh, I was just taking some time to get myself, you know what I'm saying, get myself together. So damn, you can't take somebody out to get a drink. I just need to get myself together. Like motherfuckers, like I don't want to say it, but some people will literally like it be like damn near peer pressure. Like, so why? Like it's just a drink. Yeah, it's a drink now, but then it's a drink next week. It's food next week. Then you like, it's Taco Tuesday. You ain't gonna take me out.
Yeah, it's
like,
a drink I can't afford right now.
Exactly.
Like, because you like you could you could take care of yourself and be just fine. Right?
Yeah.
But bringing in another motherfucker, that shit ain't no joke.
That savings that I had, now it's gone.
Yeah.
Bro, and
that house that I bought after everything was built up, I don't get.
In that conversation, I need you to know that. Like,
bro, I'm gonna tell you what's
what
crazy.
I can do.
Like
right now.
Like
shit gonna get better though.
Like at one point, I started seeing people talking about like women saying, "Oh, I only date niggas that make 6 figures." Like 6 figures is like that's cool, but what if that nigga got 6 figures worth of debt? He's still in the same place. Yeah. So like if you meet a dude that makes $50,000 and he can take care of his life just fine, like you should be like, not saying you should be happy with it, but you should be happy with that, because that's a person that knows how to budget and can run their life.
And first of all, who the fuck coming out the first day letting you know what the fuck they make anyway?
Oh man, listen, people. That's literally a question that's happening on regular.
That's part of the expectation conversation.
Yeah, people.
How much do you make a year?
Yes, they
enough to take care of myself and bring you on the
show. And the fact that we on this date, it's enough.
Our last date.
So honestly, it might not be how much you make, but they ask, "What do you do?"
What do you do? That's fine.
Yeah,
and then there's Glassdoor.
But no, that part. But people then decide your importance based on your career. Because if you like me, you like me. But if I say I'm a janitor, if it's some shit I do and I love, like let's say a florist, right? You're a florist. How much fucking money does that make? Now when they hear you name whatever it is that you do, your importance is now questioned.
I lay tiles.
So look.
And it could be your company.
So hold on. But that's what I was just about to say. Now I'm a florist. A florist. Now this is first date. Yeah, I'm a florist. What they make? I mean, I do okay.
I do pretty good.
I got you tonight. But now look. What she don't know is that I own 3 floral shops. Like, so that kind of shit, bro. Let's get through the night and we'll eventually get there.
Yeah, but we here to learn the people we are.
So that's just like I said. Like, if if I was single right now, right, I wouldn't have nobody based off what I said. Because a motherfucker go act, what you do? I work at a warehouse. Oh, okay.
You know what's funny? I tell people,
but they don't know. Like you,
I work in construction.
I work in construction.
Like, but they don't know.
I don't tell people that I'm a project manager because they start making assumptions after that. I always say I work in construction.
But nigga, what does working at a warehouse sound like?
Bro,
I know.
it's
I know. They
literally.
start
You know what I mean?
making, but if they knew what warehouse you fucking worked at,
But that's what I'm saying. That like, but based off of that, like that's what I'm saying. Don't do that. If that man able to
take
Yeah,
you out,
to
have
take
a
you
good
out
time,
and have a
you
good
enjoy that,
time,
you enjoy
Like
that
it's-
person.
you'll eventually get to
The
wherever that needs
The
to be.
shitty thing is, like what you just said is like, don't do that. But it's literally the world now. It ain't just the dating.
Yeah, I
scene.
don't know. See,
Like,
I'm thinking I'm still old school.
Like I remember I dated this young lady, and I remember like going to like, I don't want to say a gala, but it was some shit like we had to dress up for it, right?
Yeah.
And her higher ups was like, "Oh, well, what do you do?" That's an opening question
Yeah.
for conversation, right?
Nah, but that's fine.
And then when people ask you that, like they're literally now judging how important
You are.
We should be. Yeah, how important we should see you at. Like, oh,
Because if I
you're-
say I'm the president of Nabisco, oh shit, let me talk to you.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I say I'm the
Oh.
janitor,
Who owns 3 janitorial
or
fucking
look,
services?
I was reading this book about the mindset of money, and the story that they picked was this guy who was a janitor, and he was a menial guy. He bought a house at some point in his life, and when he died, he had $8 million. He left $5 million to something, and then he left $3 million to his family or something like that. But nobody saw his importance based on his profession.
I saw something similar. The guy had he was a janitor. He basically used to ask this one guy that worked there all these questions about stock.
Yeah.
And he had been investing his whole time. It was a different story from yours because this guy was actually still alive.
Yeah.
But he was like a million times, like a millionaire a gang of times over, right? Because he had been investing. Nobody at the place even knew that he had been investing.
Right.
Like, so one day he came in and he was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna go ahead and step down." They was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and retire." He was like maybe like 50 some years old at this point, right?
And they was expecting, you need this money.
Yeah,
you
like
need this job.
you need this. He was like,
Good.
he said, and the dude who he had been asking, he went to him. He was like, "Steve, I appreciate everything." I'm just throwing some random names.
Yeah.
He was like, "Steve, I appreciate everything you've been telling me. I want to give you something." And Steve was like, "Ain't you about to retire though?" He was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah." He wrote him a check for like $250,000.
Yeah.
He was like, "This for all the stock,
Knowledge.
the stock knowledge and
Yeah.
and stock stuff that you've been giving me over the years. I appreciate that." But it was like, what the fuck? Like everybody in the company, and they sadder thing. The higher up started looking to try to catch him in some shit,
Yeah.
saying that it was like damn near some inside trading type shit.
Yeah.
But like, he just literally just listening to what Steve had been
Yeah.
giving him. You know what I'm saying? This knowledge that Steve been dropping on him, and he, I don't think he was he wasn't a janitor. He was a security guard at the front gate,
Okay.
and he had to let the thing up for the dude, right? And every day when he was coming in, he gave him a stock tip.
Yeah.
He would take it like he was getting on his phone, looking at the shit that whatever Steve gave him, right?
Doing the shit.
Yeah, the shit stocks Steve said, this look pretty good.
The old time saying, never judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, man.
Bro.
I think you really gotta get into the pages of a person.
I ain't
to
gonna
make
lie
your-
though. Switching jobs, I struggle. I struggled with that at first because it was like,
Yeah.
I'm a medical tech, respiratory specialist. Da 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 da.
Yeah, and then it's
Your title.
Like
a
you
warehouse-
know what I mean.
a warehouse worker.
So now, yeah, I work at
Yeah.
a warehouse.
It's a title.
Nah, look,
But then you know me, you realize I don't give a fuck. What
Exactly.
You think, nigga? Like
I think every man or every person has to come to that recognition,
you
that
do.
understanding. Is like it don't really matter what my title is. The person that I am is
Yeah.
what it really matters.
And your happiness.
that's
Are
Exactly.
you happy with what you got going on in your
yeah,
life?
yeah. That's the main thing.
Like I think
That's an expectation of mine.
I think going
Be happy. Know where your joy is. Cause don't put that shit in me.
don't put it in anybody else.
I'm gonna let you down.
Like I think that's something to throw in a proper expectation
Finding your
too.
own happiness.
That's
Finding
a
your own
conversation
happiness.
that I've actually had with my wife. Is like, you can't. I'm gonna fail you.
Yeah,
As much as I don't want to,
it's
but
the
don't
Dr.
let
Pepper
that
talk.
Don't let that be the reason that you don't have joy in your life.
It's the Dr. Pepper talk. I can't, like, my 100%, my happiness, my Dr. Pepper shouldn't be dependent on if you was able to stop at the store and get me one.
Yeah.
My happiness can't be because you made me happy today.
Yeah.
It's gotta be because
stop
I was
my own.
already happy.
Yeah.
And you brought some overflow. That's it.
You poured into the happiness that I already had.
That's an
yeah.
expectation that people get. That's a conversation that's got to be had. Like, what makes you happy?
But even if I'm not happy that day, my expectation isn't in you to make me happy.
Right.
Now, if you just so
If
happen
you do,
to,
great.
I appreciate
perfect.
you. Yeah.
But that ain't my expectation to come from you, because then I'm gonna be more disappointed if you don't.
Hey, as a married man, what are your expectations?
Sex, no,
You're not
Some
playing.
head.
You're not playing.
some head, sex, shoulder rub, you know, all that shit. So I'm gonna tell you this. My expectations, shit, for myself is attention. Respect.
Attention whore.
Yeah.
Attention whore. I mean, you should. If nobody else gives you attention, you should probably get it from home.
I'm just saying you're an attention whore.
Oh, no, I don't give a fuck about
Okay.
your attention or anybody else outside's attention.
I'm just playing, bro. Keep
Yeah,
on.
no,
My bad.
No,
I'm
it's
being
cool
mature.
because some people are. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get my hair cut during COVID. So, but yeah, so attention, respect, sex, of course. I don't know. You know, that I would say that's the top three.
You
That'll
expect
be
a
the top
hot plate when you get home.
Nah.
I would add to that. I don't actually need a whole lot of attention, honestly, but I would add that when it is time for that, the real focus is trying to hear me, and I emphasize trying to, because you might not agree or understand the way that I'm seeing the world or what's happening right now, but
I would say
to
that
me
too.
it's immensely
Yeah.
valuable when you are trying to hear me.
Yeah.
That, like they talk about intimacy, that's an intimate moment for me, is when I'm explaining or expressing what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, and you're trying to hear it not from a lens of he's going against what I'm doing, or I don't agree with this. Just hear what I'm how I'm going through it. To me, that's a monumental space for me in a relationship, and it's become an expectation, and it's once I started realizing that, it became an area of conflict. But it also goes back to what we were talking about, the power. I mean, the value of the argument is like me being able to stand up and say that now creates her the opportunity to put peanut butter on my bread. For her to actually start to, even though over the years she hasn't. His analogy.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, go back and check Brandon out about 2 episodes ago. But for her to start to hear that's what I need, and then the change ideally comes from that.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's a big expectation of mine right now.
Yeah. Try to fucking hear me. And
It's
not
crazy.
be
Like we said, over time, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I didn't realize. I probably still needed it, but I didn't realize that was an expectation or a need. But now in this space in my life, I recognize it is.
Nah, for sure. I'm with you on that shit.
That's what's up. That's strong, guys.
Drink to that.
That's strong.
So what do you look for in a woman?
The fuck? That's not even a fucking question.
That is. You say, what do you expect in a marriage?
What's your expectations
Not the
from a
fucking
woman?
question. It's not the same. It's not the equivalent.
the same.
It's not the fucking equivalent.
It's almost the same.
What do you look for in a woman? What's the expectation of your wife? It's not the same. What do I expect? I expect a person that's going to be a decent human being. I expect understanding. I expect grace.
That's
That's some
broad.
mature shit.
I
Especially
broad.
that grace.
the grace. Like I think people we want grace, but we don't give it as often, right?
We don't recognize that this is the time to give it. because we get caught up in the emotion that we feel.
Yeah. I think we want, like, I need somebody who's going to understand when I'm going through some shit. Yeah. Give that. Same. The understanding and grace kind of go like this. You know what I'm saying? They fucking peanut butter on each slice of the bread, I guess you could say. So.
Because it work both ways.
Yeah. So you
I had to bring it home.
No,
to be able to make grace work, you got to be able to give it in order to receive it. Understanding is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think the decent human being, like, man, when I say that, it sounds so like baseline, but you'd be surprised how many people aren't baseline in the world right now.
And you think about it, the baseline is where the foundation lives. So
This nigga want a big escape so bad. Go ahead. What I need from you is understand.
If I ain't just want to waste
cheated on his shit.
But
I'm glad you sang it.
Yeah,
because he ain't know the
You know
fuck
what?
he said. That nigga ain't know what was going on.
I know.
But nah, I just like I'm pretty like shit ain't rocket science, man. And I feel like that's what we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we making it into
Shit
rocket
can feel
science.
like rocket science.
I feel like we making
Shit
that shit.
can feel like rocket science.
They making this shit into rocket science. It's really not. I feel like so many expectations are set, and I honestly feel like a lot of them aren't even things that people can give and they like of themselves to someone or even to themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like in my mind, to say my expectation of my partner is to like make six figures. So what are you bringing in six figures? What about
six
your life?
figure value are you bringing? Because you might not bring
Exactly. I was
figure dollars.
literally just about to say,
Oh, my
what
bad.
about
Go
you? What about you brings that type of value to my life where I should be pumping out six figures or bringing in six figures to take care of you?
And the thing is, ladies, we all want to. Goddamn, like,
Yeah.
I think they just handing out jobs over there. Well, you can go over there and get it, like.
And a lot of times it takes time to get to six figures,
Bro,
or more.
Fucking,
It takes time.
It's a lot of parts of life.
like 10 years.
There's a lot of parts of life. There's a lot of parts of life that are required to get to a six figure. Either you went to school long enough,
You got in the right industry.
yeah, and a lot of us didn't, right? Because we left home at 18 and was like, I'm gonna go be grown. So then when you went to go be grown at college, either you did well at college or you didn't. And if you didn't and you started to get a job, I can guarantee you without all the tools you need, you probably not breaking in $100,000.
And a lot of times people lean into their interests or the things that they're good at. If the industry of, let's say, tech wasn't my interest or something I felt like I was good at
Right.
at 18 years old, I might not have leaned into it because you walk into a tech job and you're going to make $100,000. But construction, you step into a construction job, you might start off making $45,000.
Yeah.
But if you give that 10 years, now I got $100,000.
And tech ain't
For the
always
rest of my-
and tech ain't always $100,000. Let me tell you how that.
no, I was
tech ain't
gonna say
always
that too,
$100,000.
now.
Sometimes being an IT professional is 60
Or 50
or
starting.
yeah, stick with it. It's still sticking with it,
Yeah.
whatever it is, because you gain knowledge.
That's the thing.
You build relationships. You know what I'm saying? So life ain't always the crystal stairway that we think it is. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why you gotta look at who the person is, because the person will eventually get to the space that creates the lifestyle.
And then y'all could probably help each other both get
And even
to
if he don't make
six
100,000,
figures.
but he knows how to use 50,000.
Both of y'all
because
can get,
because
Like,
some of us
He goes bald and cuts his hair off.
like
saves money.
honestly, sometimes
Because you have to.
sometimes some of us need somebody that can talk to us, to teach us or tell us little ideas that can really get you to growing.
And some people are dreamers, but don't know how to do the steps, or aren't.
And some people can't dream.
Exactly. And
Some
they
people
need each
don't
other.
have vision. And like I've seen this and I know this for myself. Men sometimes need a woman who can come in and say, you know what? Like, I think we had talked about this before. Like, it could be a guy, he work in construction, right? And she like, you know what? You're really good at this. Like, you should start doing some remodeling stuff on your own.
Yep. But I don't know how to put together a business. I don't know how to go to the bank and have a conversation.
Sometimes
I got you.
Sometimes it's that guy doesn't know how to do it. So going into it with somebody, and I know everybody be like, oh, don't date potential. if you see it though, if you see it in that person, why not?
Bro,
Everybody was potential at some point. There was nobody born whatever. Everybody was potential.
Yeah, but don't nobody want to hear that shit.
They don't have to want to hear it, but it's the truth. Even if at 21 they became a millionaire or whatever, at 18 they had potential to become that. Everybody at some point had potential.
But a lot of times right now,
that's that pussy on the pedestal shit though.
but right now people want to date this well shined up finished product.
Exactly.
They want you after you and went through your struggle years. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you got any type of sense, who was there during your struggle years? That's who you should be fucking with. If they still around, that's who you should be fucking with. Whether it's on some friendship or whatever, that's probably the person you should be fucking with.
Hey, is it the same way when it comes to a woman? Like us is talking to me. I feel like we're talking about women in affecting men, how they are moving through their path. Is it the same way when you look at a woman? Is it like, do I want somebody that's potential or do I want somebody that's ready for it?
I think that's like, sadly, I think that's always been the way. I think more men have dated potential than a finished product.
But if I was dating, I would want somebody that could meet me where I am right now.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
always, like I say that shit all the time. Like,
whether they're where they want to be or they're in their journey, it doesn't matter as long as they meet you.
Because
like,
that's a good word, right?
Like I think that because you can always pour into somebody, like whether they're finished or not, potential or not, you can still pour into people and get more out of people.
For sure.
Like you know how easy it is to give somebody because going back to confidence, right? I give you enough, like, no. How about this? You get this person to come into your life. They make, like, we talking with this $50,000 and $60,000, right? I know I don't make a whole lot of money, but I think you can do this not working for them. I think you can do this on your own. I think you'd be great at it, and understand that I got your support. Sometimes all you need is the support to now give you the confidence to go be an owner.
Look, man, you got the ideas for an event business, but you need somebody to help put up the tables.
You just need somebody to give you the money to buy some tables. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think men have done that for years.
I think women have too. I'm not gonna take that away.
No.
But I do think that's the conversation we need to start projecting to the generation coming behind us and the dating generation now. Is like, this is what ideally you should be looking for instead of looking at the superficial. Because honestly, 100,000 could be this year, not next year. So look for the person that you're getting involved with. See the expectation in who the person is, not necessarily what they have right now. Because that person is who you're going to be potentially with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever God gives you.
I also think we're talking to real adult people, right? Mm-hmm. Because some people feel like if you ain't got to figure it out at 35 to 40, like, nigga, you just going to be where you are.
And I feel like that's bullshit, though.
But
I understand it.
To me, there's somebody for that person whose expectations aren't for you to be 100,000 there. As long as you,
I think it's 100,000 there.
That's what I said.
As long as you cook me dinner at night,
meet me where I am.
I'm cool.
Cause I've seen people hit 40 and hit their stride.
Yeah,
hell,
you know what I'm saying? I've seen people.
Some industries require that.
Yeah, it's people who don't, like, they work in we'll call it mediocre job until they meet their person who put a bug in their ear, and then they hit their stride at 45, 50. You know what I'm saying?
Now y'all living the best fucking life.
Hey, look, honestly,
you know what I'm saying?
Financially, your prime is supposed to be in 45 in your 50s. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and when most of the people who really hit it, that's when they hit it. Like, because you're settled,
building up to it.
Yeah, you settled. You think different. You thinking like, and to me, it ain't nothing better than hitting it with something that you love versus like, let me just make a whole bunch of money. So I think that's when you get to that place in life where you like, I just want to be happy.
Yeah.
Like, your 30, you like, man, let's make this money, right? And then you realize, like, I made this money and I blew it. Like, I made it, ran through it just as fast, right? when you get to you trying to just be happy at that point.
Yeah.
Like I do not want to wake up every day going to a job that's gonna piss me off as soon as I walk in, or I wake up thinking about excuses that I can call to not go to work. Right. So I'm just trying to be happy. When people get to a place where they just want to be happy, like, and I feel like that's when you start doing stuff to help other people get to their happy space. It's kind of like the whole blessings thing.
Yeah.
When you get your blessings, you start to like you just pouring out all the blessings that you got.
It's so crazy. Like when I was in my 20s, I was not trying to buy nobody else no drink. I wasn't trying to pay for nobody else's dinner. I was like, fuck that. I'm trying to keep my money. Man, as soon as I actually went through my process and got to a space where I felt like I had a little money, I was like, hey nephew, you do so and so, you overpay you. Come, like, let me take you to dinner. Let me take you to lunch. Let me take you to breakfast. Like I'm always like, yo, let's have this relationship, but I'll cover this because I feel like I got it to give now. And when you do that, like you make that connection so much stronger. But that's the value of your process, is to be able to give back, to be able to give somebody an opportunity, to be able to give knowledge. Like that's, to me, that's the whole thing of life for me. Do this thing so you can give it to somebody else so they can do their thing.
That's the being a blessing.
I don't know if this conversation was supposed to be this when we sat down and gave the topic.
It
but
just came.
I
like how the shit be going.
I'm proud.
It took the right turn.
I'm proud of this conversation, bro. Like this was dope to me. Dope for us. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all got something that y'all can either talk about.
Enjoyed it. No.
I hope y'all did.
Okay.
That way you can make it through this 120 minutes. I mean, hour and 20 minutes. But
And fellas, stop dating to get pussy.
yeah, that's what we started.
We had talked about this before.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, niggas
Just go
is
buy some
soliciting.
Just buy
Yeah,
some
you
pussy.
expect somebody to
There's
just.
plenty of it
You
on
realize it's not
Instagram,
$40, right?
Twitter.
I never said. I ain't never.
You said it was $40. Well, you thought it was $40.
That's always been
That
the
was
going price on the
96.
internet. No, I definitely wasn't. That was the going price on the internet. You know what I'm saying? They was like, oh, it's $40. What the nigga supposed to be doing for $40? I can
But
assure
yeah,
you,
man, like that.
We know.
Yeah.
Remember?
Shut your ass up. So, hey, if all the hearts and minds are clear,
Reach.
we come to the end of another episode of Dropping Down.
We appreciate y'all time, man.
Appreciate your time.
Somebody's hand.
Appreciate a little bit of space.
Make
Respond to the
this world a
questions.
better
Give us your
place.
insight.
We got a little bit of homework
If
for you.
Yeah, man.
Reach
question
out
was,
and touch
What was your greatest
somebody's
memory?
hand.
What was your
Make this
proudest
world
moment?
a better place.
Let us know.
If
Yeah,
you
man. I'm anxious to see.
We welcoming you into the home for the Dropping Down podcast.
And
We
it's
love
all
y'all.
love.
See y'all next time.
All right.
This how I'm